everyone. My name is Einav Avni. I'm a confidence and high achievers coach. It means I help people identify that there are things that are stopping them from having the life they really want to have. It's all about the limiting beliefs and about the negative self-talk, and I help people identify them and banish them altogether. And this is what I want to talk to you about today as well. You've finished the course. Congratulations, well done. You've started your business. You're out there and thinking, actually, it's not exactly what is cut out to be. There's so many different things that I need to achieve now, and I need to struggle with how to find my clients, how to give value, how to have meaningful coaching sessions. The one thing I noticed, first of all, about myself when I was just starting out, and about my friends as they were going through exactly the same things. So it seems that it's nearly an inevitable step in the journey when we feel a little bit stuck. And how does that look? So, for example, one thing is always about sitting with a client, and all of a sudden we have this panicky feeling that we don't know what to ask next. We have this pressure that we're having an external conversation, so not external, but internal conversation with ourselves, that the question that we are asking and the value that we are giving is not good enough. Maybe it's not good enough for the amount that we are charging, or maybe it's not good enough because the client will go away thinking and feeling that we didn't give them enough. So what I'm trying to say is it's very easy for us to have an external feeling of imagining what the client is going through. So we are sitting there imagining what they're feeling, and we become very, very worried. And sometimes we tell ourselves off, and sometimes we actually have this conversation that says, that wasn't a very good question, or that wasn't a very clever question, or I'm sure someone else would have asked a much better question than this one. So the first thing I want to say is just chill. Even if you didn't do anything, even if you asked nothing, just by having the opportunity for someone to, for your client to have someone to listen to and just have them being heard, that's already a massive benefit that people don't usually have. How often do you have someone listen to you for an hour? Just you. Not the kids, not the husband, not the wife, nothing around that. It's just you. We don't get that opportunity. So really, just by showing up to the session and allowing the client, the person to open up and speak freely and without judgment, you've already given them value. Now, the other thing to bear in mind is that you don't need to know what to ask. There is no such thing as knowing. What we do have is curiosity. When I listen to my clients today, I'm listening to the story and I'm thinking, what would that be like for me? If I was in their shoes, what would I be doing? What would I not be doing? The question is always, how come? When someone says, I haven't done that, I haven't managed, or I haven't this, I haven't that, the question is, how come? And then just by asking myself, how come, it opens up all of these questions, all of this curiosity that I'm able to put, to the client. And I say, well, how come? In a loving way, in a kind way, not in any judging way. And because this question came up for me, and I trust this question, then I know it's also helpful for them. Now, sometimes client might not want to go there, and then they will say something, and you will say, well, fair enough, it's your choice. I am just being curious. You see, when we sit in the session, it's not my responsibility to solve the problem. It is my responsibility to be there, to hold a safe space, and to encourage questions that they didn't think about before. So I help them open up the blinkers. And that's all I want to do. I just want to ease out or open up the model of the world, so that when they tell me that they believe that they have a problem, I help them to see that yes, it is a problem, but they also have a lot to do with it. Meaning that if I was replacing them, if I said, look, you've done such a good job, having this problem, I'm going to take over. You go away, have 2 weeks off. I'm going to take the problem for you. But you have to tell me exactly what I need to do when, in order for me to have the same problem that you're just describing. Do you see what I mean? Yes, there is a situation that they are unhappy with, but what is it about them? What is it that they are bringing into the table to make it into a problem? So when I help them see that, yes, the other person might be really, really annoying, but it's also about how they are reacting. What are they bringing to the conversation? What they are bringing to the table that helps them shine a light and see actually what is their responsibility. So what did we speak about so far? We agreed that we all have some nervousness, and sometimes we have extra pressure about, am I asking the right questions? Can I ask even better questions? Am I doing the client any justice by sitting here and charging all this money? The answer for sure is yes. There is something about divine intervention, divine timing. The people that choose you, the people that are sitting in front of you, there is a reason why they're with you. They could have selected anyone else in the whole world, but they've selected you. And there is a reason, meaning that there is something for you, something only you can give them that they actually need right now, right here, right now. So trust that. Trust that there is a reason why you are sitting here together. Trust that there is something in what you're asking, what you're saying, in the way that you show up, that is exactly what your client needs. So it's not about you putting yourself out there and thinking, oh, what do they think and how do they feel? No, it's about trusting that you're doing the best that you can. You're showing up with curiosity, without judgment, and giving them a space, a safe space to express themselves. So the other thing about having negative voice that we have in our mind, sometimes we want so much for the client, and sometimes we can really see that, the answer is just there. Now, of course, we can be directive. That's part of the whole thing. You can be directive, but you can also ask questions that help the client see that actually they can come up with the answer. Sometimes, if we are thinking that we know the answer, it means that we set the agenda. And actually, it's not up to us. It is entirely up to the client how this session is going. When I come across this situation, I sometimes, because I just listen, right? I'm just listening to what the client is saying. And then I say to them, for example, well, you've just unpacked, or at least you've touched on about 3 or 4 different things that we can very easily talk about each and every one of them. Where would you like to go? And then they say, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that. And then I say, yes, okay, and here it is. And I outline the 3, 4 things that I've heard them say. So maybe one of them is about a career change, one of them is about the mother, one of them is about time management, and one of them is about, feeling invisible, for example. So then I say, well, here are the 4 things I've heard you say. Which of these would be meaningful for you to go and explore now? So even though I know, from hearing what they're saying, I know absolutely where the answer is and where the problem is and where we should go and explore more, I give it to them. I say, right, what would make more sense to you? What would you like to touch on? And then they usually touch, actually, the 6th topic that I didn't mention. And that's always right, because it's always to do with what they want to achieve. Now, you already know, people come to you and they say, oh, I've got tons and tons of problems. And, I'm completely broken. But you know and I know that they don't have 100 different problems. They have one problem that manifests itself in very many different ways. So it really doesn't matter where you get started. What does matter is that you take the client's hand, so to speak, and you guide them through this exploration and transformation so that together you can find out what it is that they need to find out. It's not about you, it's about them. So it doesn't matter if you only just finished your course, maybe you are still doing your course, maybe you've been coaching 1 year, 2 years, whatever. You are here for a reason. You have such an important job here just by sitting and listening to the people and helping them make more sense in their lives. And they've selected you, and now that you trust you the same way that they trust you, you can go out and have the most incredible conversations ever. So enjoy, good luck, I hope to hear from you soon. Take care.